have given you one gladly. No problem. Boston Market's not bad. You know, I remember when I was living in Dearborn, and they opened the first Boston Market around there, and there was a 2-hour wait, and then they expanded, and I knew a guy that worked for the guy that bought all the Boston Market licensing in the state of Florida, and I think they all went out of business. There was actually a place that was like that was better, that was in Florida. Kenny Rogers was it Kenny's Roaster? Kenny Rogers owned it, or they used his name. Kenny Rogers Roasters Chicken, I think it was called. It was kind of a Boston Market type thing. It was good though. I'm headed back to West Branch actually. I was gonna spend the night, but I'm not too big on spending the night at people's house to begin with. And as it turned out, I never spent the night over at their house before. They go to bed like at 7:30. I don't go to bed till like 2. So I'm only a couple hours from home. And I don't know what I would have done until bedtime. So I thought, hell with it, I'll just go home. Plus, that means they get up early and they've got cats and my dog's there, so I just said, screw it. I'll go back. I'll head back home. Hey Lana, how you doing? And there'll be a lot less traffic. I just, any reason I can have not to spend the night, I'm fine with anyway. And I had a really good one tonight, and that was not wanting to twiddle my thumbs for 6 hours, and maybe get a bad night's sleep on top of it. There was quite a bad accident right around here on my way down, right just north of here. I'm surprised all this traffic, man, going northbound. I don't really get it. It's so congested down here around between Ann Arbor and Brighton. And man, the traffic over the years is like everywhere, I guess. It's just gotten worse and worse. Hopefully when 23 splits up here from M14, it'll be smooth sailing. Oh, same to you, Thomas. She eventually died of kidney failure. She did get to make it to her mother's. The mom ended up dying shortly after she got down there, and she actually died at her brother's. Yeah, I don't see what the difference is. It's no different than looking at the speedometer, and it's not illegal. You can't text and drive, but you can do this. And you can run a GPS and drink coffee and a host of other things. Oh yeah, thank you. I don't know if you got a chance to check the other interviews out or not. actually nice out for this time of year. 45 degrees, can't beat it. So I still have a bunch of videos I have to upload, and I'm glad I'm going home. That's Tom Monahan, the old Domino's. He still owns that place. It's called Domino's Farms. University of Michigan leases quite a bit of it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty, I mean, you just never know the weather nowadays, you know what I mean? Yeah, but I don't mind it getting cold, actually. I'm surprised there's this much traffic out at this time on Thanksgiving Day. I don't know where they're going. Everything's closed. I need a new set of windshield wipers. Yeah, it's pretty cold. Well, look at Susan today. They get minus 40 up in the Yukon, Canada. I mean, really, I mean, you know, with the difference in weather the last decade, it's really, these are pretty mild winters. The weather isn't really keeping anybody from going anywhere anymore. I think it's kind of windy though. Probably that cold front coming in. It's an Astrovan. Daisy had a great time. There was a beagle there and a couple cats. Yeah, they got rid of the thumbs down. Yep. All those stalkers aren't going to be able to give me a thumbs down anymore. Walkie bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, definitely a change in weather, that's for sure. But still, if you look in your area's historical weather, you'll see that even before these trends, that there were records, cold and hot, that'll blow your mind. Yeah, I had a really good time. Yeah, we had fun. Yep. The son's got to fly tomorrow. He's flying out of Dayton, and I didn't know, but these people go to bed like at 7:30. I didn't even bother checking the weather. It didn't matter. It's pretty warm. I don't know if I thought Black Friday was the busiest travel day of the year, but maybe it's today. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't mind it. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. I can remember going through the Appalachians sometimes, heading down to Florida, and like just crazy ice storms. I was going down out north in Knoxville one time, or Chattanooga, and I was pulling a boat trailer for some people on an Escalade, and all of a sudden it just like got freezing clear ice, like maybe a quarter of an inch. Looks like you just dipped everything in ice. And everybody, of course, slowed down. And we were going up a mountain, and like everybody, like kind of at the same time, their vehicle just started sliding backwards, slow, real slow though, and to the right. And I thought, man, this boat and trailer is going to go into this guardrail, and it didn't. It only slid a couple feet, and everybody else slid too. And then after about 45 minutes, the traffic started up again. No problem. But I'd never been got that much ice that quick. If you'd have been in a small airplane, it'd have been curtains. Hey, Alethea. After I get past 96 up here, it should be less traffic. Can't imagine people going up north this late, unless they're trying to beat that weather. Sorry about that, Dave. Oh my God. So did she just get referred out to an orthopedic guy or what? Bye-bye, Aaron. Bye-bye. 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 Bye, Aaron. It's not illegal. You bye-bye. You walk your bye-bye now. You walk your bye-bye, Aaron. Hey, Samantha. Yeah, one of those types. You got that right. Hey, Brian. Now, it should be a lot less traffic after this intersection up here. Thank you, Samantha. Same to you. Yeah, I see a lot less traffic. I don't blame you. Yeah, they've really cracked down on drunk drivers. I mean, they it's extra patrols, the whole bit. I don't think it's like it used to be. Yeah, if you look at the stats, though, the numbers are like way, way, way down. The consequences are, severe. Yeah, no, I agree. You can thank Mothers Against Drunk Drivers because they're the ones that spearheaded the enforcement. Drugged drivers unrelated to alcohol are an even bigger problem. And this marijuana driving is a problem they really haven't figured out how to deal with yet. Hey, Buttercup. Same to you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I've had to change them a little bit because YouTube doesn't want any drug talk. The one that I just uploaded, I just went ahead and let it fly just because I thought there was a lot of interesting information that young kid provided. And I thought if I edited that all out, it would have been just like a so-so interview. Hey, Semka, same to you. Yeah, it definitely works. Yes. Yep. I've went round and round with him for the last month about this. It's not, Drug Talk is not ad friendly in any way, except premium subscribers, which is a joke. Yeah, I mean, it worked, but I mean, it's not too bad if it's not a working girl. I mean, they don't want it. What are you going to do? I mean, what was okay a couple years ago is no longer okay now. Now I just leave it at substance abuse and move on. They're doing terrible. They've basically been demonetized. See, you don't see that end on your end. I could still upload, upload 10 videos tonight and talk about heroin from beginning to end. The only problem is they're not going to recommend you to anybody and you're not going to get any ad revenue. And the $50,000 question is, you know, there are ads on non-monetized channels. So who gets what, even though the creators cut out of the pie, nobody will ever know. It's just, I mean, I know why they did it, and that is because they don't want, it's hard to police, but what they've found out is that advertisers don't want, even though the videos are popular, they don't want their advertising coming up in the middle of people watching that stuff. And, you know, it's their platform, they can do what they want. So now, when they tell a guy like me, no more drug talk, you know, they'll give you a couple warnings, and you have to check off all this stuff when you upload a video, which honestly could be anything. It isn't cut and dried. There's things like, is there content that may offend somebody? Well, I mean, always, every video. So far, the leaving out the drug references has worked. I mean, I thought it was an interesting part of the questioning, but it doesn't matter. Hey, Alethea. It's a weird company, man. They can, you know, they'll allow 10 channels to go out there and call me a rapist and a murderer and an enabler and a scumbag, and not do a damn thing about it. But the minute I ask somebody about a legitimate drug dependent scenario and how long they've been there and what they're doing to get out, they don't want me talking about that. Go figure. Yeah, but it's a private, you know, it's their social media platform, and if they don't want it, you know, your choice is to not go up in it. You know, it's not about fair and what's right. It's about a private enterprise. It's capitalism, and then maximizing their ad revenue. And if they think that bottom line gets affected by complaints about their ad showing up in interviews like mine, it's up to them to say, hey, we don't want you doing it anymore. They don't even want you mentioning legal drugs, so it doesn't even necessarily have to do with illegal drugs. It's about drugs in general, either way. Yeah, see, it's not about being respectful, though. And for a long time, they promoted those videos. And I always thought it was in the context of, what are you doing here? Why can't you get out? How long have you been doing it? And it was interesting on what they spent and that kind of thing. And I just can't do it anymore. Yeah, I don't really think it's about being real. I just think it's about if you're trying to sell diapers or jewelry or deck paint or lawn furniture, you want your ad to come up in more benign, family-friendly content. Yeah, believe me, I don't like doing it. And what I've done so far is, if you see, I tell you right now, the videos that I'm re-uploading, don't watch them, because it's the same video you watched before, minus the drug talk. And I'm going to re-upload all of them. And in the future, other than exceptions, like with this young kid yesterday, I just let that one fly, because I thought it was, man, he brought up some good points, and I'll just bend over on this one. So I uploaded that video. They say, does this involve drug talk? Yes, it does. Is it illegal drugs? Yes, it is. And I got the yellow dollar sign right out of the chute, because I answered the questions honestly. But that's still better than being on pins and needles on what it is you ask somebody and if they're going to drop the bomb on you or not. Oh, thank you, Matt. Yeah, I mean, it's a little rough now because a lot of time goes into those. And I'm telling you, man, I'm still, if you looked at, since I've been doing this, not even counting my time, just expenses, I'm still in the hole, which I'm fine with. But if I got a chance to get ad revenue, I would. I will. So in the future, it's just going to be when I get around, let's say a same kind of interview that you're used to. I'm just going to say, do you have a substance abuse issue? They'll say yes or no, and then I'm moving on. I mean, is it really that big a deal? Well, we'll find out. I think it takes away from the interview. Now, what I've got along with so far is able to, I'm sure there's a bunch of them on there that have been the yellow dollar sign that I don't know about, because I've got like 12,500 videos uploaded, so I haven't even scratched the surface. So rather than spend all that time, I put all my interviews in some folders, and one by one I'm slowly re-uploading them, because there's nothing I'm going to do about the ones that are uploaded or edited. So that's going to be the yellow dollar sign one, and then the other ones, the uploaded ones, it will be full ad revenue, but you won't hear the dope talk. You can talk about recovery, but you better not talk about what it is you're recovering from. You can't even say marijuana. I couldn't tell you, yeah, I've had great results with Prozac. It's just as bad as someone saying I spend $400 a day on heroin. And honestly, I'm not even sure about alcohol, to tell you the truth. I suspect the way they've been going that, it's going to be, well, why did this happen to this video? And it's like, well, they're talking about alcohol. Well, everybody knows alcohol's a drug. Well, if legal prescriptions aren't allowed to be talking about, why in the hell would legal alcohol be okay? So I've just, I'm so paranoid and gun shy now. I don't know if that's going to be a no-no or not. So it's bad enough doing this stuff twice. I don't want to have to do it a third time. First of all, as I've said before, I hate the sound of my own voice. And once I've done an interview and, it's been out there, I just hate listening to it, editing it, and then re-uploading it. It's misery. Oh, thank you. You ought to hear me when I can't find something. Hey, Sandy. Well, see, that's the area that you never know. Let me give you an example. If you, I know I repeat myself, but there's different people on and they bring up subjects like this. So here's the point. There's a lady on there named Banshee Moon. Banschee Moon. An older woman with a pretty good body, and she's got kind of a nice looking husband, and she runs around and vacuums the bikini on, and they go fishing, and she catches a minnow, and she bends over with her fake boobs and, drops her towel. Oops, that kind of thing. Now, she actually seems like a nice person. Well, that's Rachel Ray's sister. I don't know if you know that or not, but they demonetized them for a while. They said it was sexual content. And man, I'm thinking to myself, well, sexual content, man. You got young teenagers all over the damn place in these string bikinis, and you're worried about this? And besides, it's 18 years older. I mean, what is YouTube turning into? Anyway, they eventually ended up getting their monetization back. I'm not really sure how or why, but they appealed to somebody, and I think it's, and I'm assuming this. I mean, I did listen to a video after this. They said they got it back, but my guess would be it's still restricted. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like listening to myself talk. So the plan is, I mean, I've been feeling that great for quite a while. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I mean, I definitely have had my mental health issues, but I'm telling you, for a long time, it's been a physical issue too that nobody can figure out what it is. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but I'm actually glad that I've gotten worse. And the reason for that is because maybe I'm going to get somewhere right now. Now, maybe I'll have 4th stage colon cancer, who knows, or pancreatic cancer, but in a weird way, I'm glad that I've gotten worse because it got confirmation through some testing. I felt really crappy for a long time, and it's getting worse, and hopefully, I qualified for that Medicare. They call it a catch-up screening. I got that back in March, and everything came back great. Well, everything's not great, which I just proved 3 weeks ago in a hospital. So whatever it is that's wrong, I am hoping that there's a silver lining to it getting worse. Because I'm telling you, man, I feel like absolute shit most of the time. I couldn't even finish painting a bedroom. First I thought, well, it's the winter. I'm cold all the time. I'm achy. It's been really super bad lately. And then I thought, well, I'll wait till the summer. In the summer, it was too hot. I was felt like, God, I'm too hot all the time, So we'll see, but I'm in a weird way looking forward to this. Yeah, I mean, I've had this for a long time. I mean, at first they thought it's some kind of, I think, at least it was, some kind of rheumatological issue. And even though my SED rates were low and my CRP was did not show high markers for inflammation, there's something wrong. I would describe it. It feels like all my joints are sunburned. But it's the fatigue that's been getting me. I just don't feel like doing anything, man. I'm in a crappy mood half the time. Everything's half-assed, like I ran out of gas the other day. I guarantee you, if I didn't have this stuff, I wouldn't be dragging my ass, letting laundry pile up, dishes in the sink, filing income tax late, not sending people stuff I told them I'd send on time. I could just go on forever about this. I mean, I even went on Humira, methotrexate, Enbrel. I've tried everything. And it could be a big stretch, but I think if the physical thing gets fixed, I think the mental thing will go away too. I know that sounds crazy, but I always thought this deep down. But when you go to every hospital that's willing to see you and your tests are negative and you have problems with depression, it just gets like there's no use talking about it anymore. No, it's not. I have low SED rates and my markers are down for inflammation. But I can tell you this, in 35 years I've went blind in my left eye about 5 times. I had atrophy in a leg when I was 19 for about a year. And I think this could have morphed into this damn gastrointestinal issue. I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, it's affected. I haven't worked out in 2 years. I couldn't work out, man. I'm telling you, I'm so damn tired all the time. Maybe I got a brain tumor. I mean, the last week, I have had the craziest dreams ever. I mean, like bad dreams, like I'm getting killed or murdered or I'm getting framed, all this weird shit. I used to be like the most organized, neat freak you'd ever meet in your life. Knew where everything was. Independent file for everything. Fuck. I don't know where anything's at anymore. You know, I'll tell you the truth, that stalker thing doesn't really bother me that much. I'd tell you if it did. I mean, I would rather be liked than not liked. And I would rather have a YouTube channel that people like to interact with than not. But I'm not into drama. You can be a heroin addict and not be a con artist. That doesn't bother me that much, man. I just cut them loose, block them. Once I decide that, I do it outside of YouTube too. When I see trouble coming or it's just some person with a spotty record of constant trouble, you know who I'm talking about, meat candy. I just don't want to have anything to do with them. So, I mean, these chats, I mean, over time have morphed into a really good group of people. And it wasn't just shit luck. It was like blocking, banning, getting good moderators, people like you that know some of these kooks that have experienced the same behavior I have from them. And you realize that it's just people that you want to get out of your life. But like I've said all along, all these people, and you know who I'm talking about, none of them are successful in any facet of their life. Their YouTube channels don't draw any attention. Nobody cares what they say on their lives. They have no careers. They have fragmented relationships. Their futures is zero. So really, I mean, I think if I had some PhD from Stanford telling everybody what a kook I was. That may bother me, but when you consider the level of class of these idiots, just look at their writing and their grammar and what they do for their day-to-day task. I mean, who cares what they say? And there's another whole subgroup of like people that claim to have your back that are just as bad. They've always got an excuse on why they're over on Stalker X's site or some other kook site, and they're keeping an eye. I tell them, hey, look, you don't need to keep an eye out for me for anything. Just mind your own business and leave that stuff over there. It doesn't interest me. I mean, these people are like teenagers, and they're in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. There's something seriously wrong with them. Yeah, I mean, I really do consider the source. I mean, you know, these channels, you know, the ones that are always like trying to mess with me. I mean, I don't want to have any kind of relationship with these people in any way. And it mystifies me. If you claim that we're friends, I really don't want to be friends with somebody that's perusing these channels and listening to this stuff. Now, if you're out fucking around and you happen to see something that you think I should know about, but I've told everybody, I don't need any cut and pastes. I don't need any emails. I don't want links to what somebody said about me. I don't want to have anything to do with these people. Nothing. It's not news to me. It's not interesting. I'm not going to do anything. I mean, and anybody that thinks that we're friends and you haven't ascertained by now that I'm not interested in this, then it's time for you to probably go someplace else. Because the old light bulb just is not coming on. You're not getting it. Subtlety is like not part of your recognized psyche. You know, and if you look at like the people I've tried to help out with promoting their channel, I'm not even really mad about them, you know, causing me problems later, because it hasn't worked out that way every time. But, you know, if I've lined up interviews for people, look, I could have lined them up for myself, but I didn't. What would my motivation be lining somebody up with an interview? How does that help me? It doesn't. It's as cut and dried as it is, but I don't care if you're a prostitute, a drug addict. I'm not into like throwing people to the wolves and then telling everybody that, well, people have to have an opinion. Tried explaining it 3 or 4 times, not getting anywhere. Time for us to separate and go our separate ways. Which is why I have to tell people, I don't want people going on there, and if any moderators see it, talking about people's looks or how they looked 2 years ago, or they're going to be dead 2 weeks from now, or I don't want to hear any of that shit. These people have a problem. It's a recognized disease. They read what people say about them, and it's super rude, even if it's true. We don't need you pointing out to us what a drug-addicted prostitute looked like 3 years ago and what she looks like now. So keep it to yourself. It's rude. And I bet you don't look like you did 3 years ago either. What's that on her? What's that wrong with her face? You know, what's that on her face? This. I mean, it's just so super crazy rude. You would never do that to people. You would never go up to somebody in a restaurant and say, hey, what in the hell is wrong with your face? Why would you think you can do it on the internet with a person that obviously is having some problems? Just so damn rude. I mean, these people get their feelings hurt. Yeah, it's desperate for attention. It's hard to believe that anybody could like get jealous over a YouTube channel. It's so ridiculous. Do you ever see me putting their names in my titles? Never. Do you ever hear me doing a rant about them? Never. Can any of them show you an email that I've ever responded to that I sent them? Never. I mean, there's nothing less that I can do to avoid them. People that, if there's some place where I'm not wanted, I don't go there. You notice I don't go over to Mayo anymore and take any more photos of the Amish. Why would I go someplace where I'm not liked? It's so weird. Below, wow. I still like that kind of weather. You know, this one kook that fucks with me on YouTube, she actually lives in Flint. Total beast, super stupid, doesn't work, high all the time, making videos that I stalked her. Will you give me just one shred of proof that I would stalk this moron? So sick of these people, man. Another one it's just like people like, I don't mean to be rude. Yeah, grab your ankles. Okay. Yep, here it comes. You don't mean to be rude. Yep. It's the same ones on there that I'm not into drama. Yep, I don't want any drama. I just want to talk about the news. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we got a dusting of snow like about a week ago. Now, Frederick brought up an interesting thing. I mean, I do plan on doing other things, but honestly, man, I have a hard enough time just getting through a day-to-day, not doing much at all. Even on those trips I took last year, like down to Indiana, Hilton Head, Montana, I didn't really feel like doing it. I just kind of forced myself to do it. Oh, same to you. Don't like that. Yep. Everybody really liked Daisy. Hey, Kayla. I may be missing some questions or comments. Sorry, it's not exactly like road like it should be. But I'm telling you, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, there was a good chance you'd be driving up here this time of year in snowy roads. Where I grew up, a couple of 150 miles south of here, we would be ice skating by Thanksgiving break every year. And that hasn't frozen solid enough to ice skate on this time of year in probably the last 15 years, 20 years. Tammy. Yeah, I don't mind the dark roads, but there's a lot of if there's there's quite a bit of traffic around, even this far north. So I know. I mean, even though it's not illegal to do this, I am careful about it. Oh, you could do it. Just make sure you have the right tires. I'm telling you, I've experimented with tires, and it's interesting the people that I still have to tell this to. Even if you've got all-season tires, if you live in a place where there's potential snow and you're worried about snow, get yourself dedicated winter tires and get them at a place where they're not going to rape you to switch them and rotate them. Because really, when you're not using the all-season ones, you're using the winter ones, and when you're using the winter ones, you're not using the all-season ones. So it's not like the tires are going to waste. Now, what's the downside to dedicated winter tires? It affects your gas mileage a little bit. If you get laid off and you decide you want to go down to Florida from Michigan, well, you better take those winter tires off because they're soft rubber, they wear quickly, and they're not made for warmer temperatures. So there's a little bit of a drawback, but if you put winter tires only on your vehicle, it's like night and day, the difference. Even if you only have front wheel drive, you can go out and get yourself a good set of winter tires for $350, and you're not going to believe the difference than the all-season tires. I'm telling you, it's huge. You're not going to experience any of that. Like now, ice is different. I'm talking about snow, but you're not going to be sliding around corners and stuff. Yeah, I don't think where you're going to be. You're in the mountains there, and I'm not exactly sure. I think you moved to Asheville, didn't you? I mean, that's a mile-high city. Asheville's 5,000 feet. If I were you, from November, and I'll bet you're allowed studded tires there. I'm not sure. I'll have to check the snow. But if that's, I mean, it's worth $350 just to not be freaked out all the time. And then they're so much safer. I mean, I'm telling you, I've talked more people into this than anything. I'll know, the women I'll know, they'll say winter tires only. And they'll do it, and they'll say, thank you so much. God, I wish I would have got this years ago. I do it myself. It's like night and day. Yeah, that's one reason why I keep this Astro van. It's all-wheel drive, and it's a beast in the snow. I'm serious. When I've got now the winter tires I have now are getting to the end of the road, and I think I'm just going to scrap them because once again you get into the expense and you start getting cheap. Now all of a sudden I'm worried about getting another 15,000 miles, which is one more season, out of some tires that are the end of the road. And when I'm in the cheap mode, I'm thinking, well, I want to really get my money's worth out of these. And then when I'm not in the cheap mode and I come to my senses, I say to myself, you dumbass, you're considering this over about $30 worth of rubber. Just take the tires, scrap them, and get some new winter tires. Is it worth $35 or $40 to have marginal winter tires? It is not. But these are the kind of crazy things you do. Driving out of your way to get gas for 2 cents a gallon cheaper. Yeah, cheap can be the death of you, especially with tires. You better believe it. And if you're pulling a trailer, it's even worse. You know, tires are the weakest link in the chain. It's your tires. Yeah, you definitely want to get new tires if it's... But here's another thing that gets you too. Like in the old days, my winter tires would have been on by now. But now, you know, it's kind of iffy on these winters. And here's the problem. If you don't have snow, you can live with that. But if the weather's not cold, like around freezing, those tires, those winter tires will wear out quickly. They're designed for cold weather. They're soft rubber. That's why they grip so much better. So all of a sudden you've got this freak 55-degree day in December, and you don't want to drive your car anywhere because you don't want to wear your tires out. I mean, you know, there's a catch to all this stuff. Back in the old days with normal winters, you put them on November and you took them off in April. End of story. You get a freak day here and there. But nowadays, shit, we could have 40 degrees for a whole 6 weeks. Oh, same to you, Donna. Yeah, people with red hair are generally more pain sensitive. So, you know, there's state cops that sit right up here on the other side of this. That guy is probably doing 90. Yeah, you know, when they raise the speed limit 75, it's hard. They don't nail the people like they used to. Now here's Frankenmuth. This is where that Greta Van Fleet is from. What do you guys think of that Greta Van Fleet? You think they're gonna go big time or not? I can tell you this is a lot better than driving in dark rain. Yeah, it's true, Simca. Yeah, same to you, Jody. And I'm really glad I didn't spend the night there. That would have been miserable for me. Everybody goes to bed at 7:30. Oh my God. And then they'd have got up early. Yeah, that Aryan race, blonde, blue eyes. Yep. was talking to this guy, he's a retired pilot and his son's a pilot. And there's a real super shortage on pilots again. And I haven't been in an airport. I can't even tell you the last time, but I guess in an airport now, they're really vigilant in wearing masks. This guy was a captain on 747s for 3,300 hours. He had 11,000 hours as a captain on DC-9s. Daisy ate a lot of turkey. Daisy was so good around all these people. They really loved having her. She had a hell of a good time. Yeah, I'm about 70 miles home. Maybe 60 by now. Yeah. Hauling ass. I'll tell you, when I was a kid, like, everything closed at the holidays. And then as time went on, for it, everything was open. 24-hour Walmart. Now it's going back to like it was when I was a kid. Everything closed again. No, she was really good. Actually, the one guy picked her up, and I thought, oh, no. No, she's really, I don't worry about it. They commented as the night's like, man, she'll come over and get me if she wants to go out and go to the bathroom. I opened the door. She went out, went to the bathroom, came back in. They said, they said, your dog seems so smart. It's like, yeah, I know. I tell people that all the time. You too, White Russia. Yeah, I can actually say I'm not worried about her biting people anymore. I'm surprised there's this much southbound traffic. I think I mentioned the other day that Deer Hunters from 1977. This is the Lower Peninsula where I live. 250,000 less hunting licenses. That is a lot. That used to be such a huge business up here. Actually, it looks nice out. It's just kind of like new generations, killing things, meat, eating meat. it's just not trendy. Like it's not like boys' life anymore. You know, it's different. Yeah, Daisy had a good time. She slept all the way down here on my leg, and she's sleeping all the way home. Yeah, that could be it too. I don't know where you can buy venison though. I just think that hunting is kind of morphed into like it's been pitched as like cruel to like the new generations. You know, guns, you know, it's kind of like looked at as violence and I had a neighbor where I grew up that shot a guy and killed him actually in the town I lives in now. What a small world, huh? I come from a small town. Never thought I'd live up north. He shoots a guy in the town I live in now. I can understand shooting someone like a gun discharges, but I can't imagine mistaking somebody for a deer. I mean, it just seems like you would like be letting deer go because you weren't 100% sure. Not obviously he didn't see what he thought he saw, and that just is mind blowing. Yeah, there were a lot more hunting accidents. Yep. No, you're right, T. Stealth. Yeah, you're right about that. You know, I've read a lot this year about drownings, and 27% of fatal water-related deaths involve alcohol, whether it's swimming, boating. Damn right, dragon's milk. As I said, the surface of these ponds is frozen up here. I got a big bag of fish food I want to give away. Anybody want a big bag of fish food? I thought early in the spring I'd be able to get some good video of fish, you know, but as it turns out, they didn't want to eat these pellets. Yeah, I'm the same way, Simka. No, it's funny you should say that, meat candy. There's a farmer, kind of a cute middle-aged lady, blonde. They don't have kids. He works for a construction company. It's that house with the metal roof where I sit at that place called The Spot. And she cries when they have to put a milking cow down. Now this is the Zilwaukee Bridge. If there's any bridge nuts out there, look up the Zilwaukee Bridge, Zilwaukee. Damn company got hired to build this. They about ready to join it in the middle and it wouldn't fit. They ended up having to hire another company to come in from Denmark and finish it. And this whole giant bridge was built just to scale this little tiny river. If you look at the video I did about a week ago, I said a Zilwaukee Bridge, a sleep video. This is the bridge that you see in that video. And it's hard to believe you'd have to go through all this to scale that dinky river. Hey, Flower Fairy. And there's really not hardly any boat traffic, hardly ever. The freighters come down to dump off limestone, concrete. And there are hardly any of them at all. Hey, Patricia. Yeah, I hunted as a teenager. And then I shot some groundhogs and felt bad. They were sleeping on a log. And then I had a chance to shoot a deer and I couldn't do it. And then later on, living in Florida, I caught some dolphin, the fish. That cured me of fishing too. I mean, I don't even like the idea like something out there just trying to eat and then I put a hook in his mouth and like pull him out of the water. It's got to like scare the hell out of him. So even catch and release, I don't want to do. Yeah, I didn't experience it. We had a good time though. I'll tell you, a good apple pie is the Dutch apple. Is it Dutch apple or the other one? No, it's not the Dutch apple one. It's the other one, Marie Callender's. Those are good apple pies. They used to have a lot of pie shops around. I don't think any of them are around anymore. Blazo's, and there was a couple other ones. Tree stands, $49. That makes a fair number of deaths and quadriplegics every year. Paraplegics. Oh, good for you, Buttercup. Yeah, they had pecan pie and some kind of berry pie. Yeah, I don't really care for venison. Yeah, you must have some pretty good sized deer up there, Meat Candy. Can you shoot that other stuff up there? Those reindeer and stuff like that? There's an old Datsun 240Z. Chicken. No, I didn't see it. No. I know they were looking for a hybrid deer down in Indiana, a cross between a kind of deer and that might have got escaped from a private game preserve. Yeah, it's not just depression. Nah, hunting season's going on now, and so it's like breeding season. So even though in theory you should see a lot of males, you don't. These deer seem to hunker down, and the weather has a lot to do with it. So to answer your question, no, nope. And evidently they're being hunted over near where I take Daisy, where they're not out roaming around outside the pasture like you normally see them. Oh, have you, Buttercup? Oh, yeah, I know the feeling. It's like a pretty stiff wind, though, coming out of the west. Yeah, I'm not, but I don't know if that's as big a deal as it used to be. Yeah, I know the feeling. Good night, Simka. This is nice, smooth sailing. I'd like to win. That's it. Can you hear that wind blowing? I don't think that right door's shut all the way. Sorry about that. That was a hell of a dead spot. Yeah, I don't know. That was quite a while spinning. See, it's getting a little misty up here. Yeah, I'm back at you. Yeah, Astro's a beast. Now you know why I like it. Yeah, you know, it used to be better. Man, this 5G, like when I'm going up to Mackinac, that used to be like, there's like 2 places I have to restart my phone. And only 1 place coming back, but I never used to have to do that. And like that area back there, I can't explain it. I mean, there's cell phone towers all along. I don't know what causes that. You know, I know coffee places lately. People are doing this thing paying for your coffee. You guys know about this? They call paying it forward. But it's happened to me twice in 3 days. windy. They have a wind advisory up on the Mackinac Bridge. Yeah, it did rain up here. Hey, Cindy. Ain't nothing. Hi, Gradine. Daisy snoring. Yeah, can you hear her snoring? Yeah, she probably is. She got a lot of turkey. Just about 4 miles. Or wait, 10 miles. 10 miles. Yeah, no, it's pretty slim pickings up here. Not much traffic. More than I thought. Is that Black Friday thing, is that even like going like it used to? Oh, okay. It doesn't seem as promoted as it used to be. That's not true. I say it all the time. You can say it. Hey, Mossy. Yeah, they were like that at the beginning, but they backed off it later on. I mean, I think they don't want you going on there saying, the whole world's going to die, but if it's in the midst of a conversation about somebody I knew who had it, or it doesn't seem to bother them. Hey, Nut. But that doesn't mean that's going to go on forever. You never know, man. They're a fickle outfit. Oh, thank you, Nut. Yeah, I had a good time. Hi, Joe. Wind's coming out of the, let me see here. Northwest. Looks like they got snow up here. Cars are covered, bushes are covered. Come on, dildo, get the fuck out of the way. Yep, over there. Be right back, you guys. Be right back, hon. Hi, honey. Good girl. Good girl, honey. There you go, honey. Daisy's full. Good night, KP. They said it just snowed up here about an hour ago. So you can tell it's colder. But it looks like things are melting, so. Meat Candy's probably saying, quit being a baby. You're not going to see these temperatures until May. All the fast food closed. The reason they're closed, see, they were open for years because they can't get help. Party's over. A lot of cars out in Walmart. Must be people stacking. Yeah, that's what it is. They're stacking the aisles for tomorrow. There's an area down there where I just came through. Just north of Alger. Just north of 202. Like, there's people that get killed there all year long. It's so weird. It's like out in the middle of nowhere, but especially in the winter. They like will go off the road and roll over. It's just flats, no curve, nothing. I don't get it. It's like the Bermuda Triangle up north. I turned my damn heat down to 55 because I thought I was spending the night. See, if I was there right now, I'd have the TV down real low so I didn't disturb them. I wouldn't be ready to fall asleep for like another 4 hours. They said don't be surprised if the cats scratch the door wanting to get in. Plus, they get up early. It's like, man, I don't want to spend the night here. I mean, it would have been cool if they were, you know, well, no, I mean, it was a good time, but it worked out perfect, really. This guy just flashed his lights, so I'll bet you money there's a cop sitting up here. You hardly ever get warned like that anymore. I bet he's sitting up here in the insurance agency. See him. Oh, here he is right here. Yep, there he is right there, the cop. That was cool, the guy. Yeah, it was pretty cool of them. I can't tell you the last time I remember somebody flashing their lights. Yeah, it was cool of them. Yeah, no, they don't care up here. Nobody cared until I met that one idiot. The texting trooper. Hey, Faye. Guy's trying to rain on my Thanksgiving parade. Deader than a doornail, small town. Home sweet home. Well, thanks for riding along, you guys. I think I'm going to go in and pour myself a glass of red wine. Upload some more videos. None of these videos are new, so don't watch them. Unless you're super interested, but... Well, have a good night. Yeah, Hank and me, Candy. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hey, Alethea. I'll be on tomorrow for sure. I'll upload some old videos, no drug talk. If you don't like drugs mentioned in videos, tonight's your night. Good night, Mark. See you, Jeff. Bye, Brian. Take care, buddy. All right, T-Stow. Very good. Daisy's ready to go. Bye, Marilyn. Same to you. Ready to go in?